This is a security door. It's backwards, I know, but whatever. You throw something down there, and it goes on the wooden plate, activates the circuit, and it would open the door, but the door's open by default, so it closes the door. Great thing about this is you can put something here and then have it covered up and nobody can see it. This is a dual barrel cannon. I have modified the design to make it 3 high. Now, those over there are what this design is based off of, and to understand why this is a bit more tricky than you would think is here's the base design, and normally the wiring circuit that's there would come around up here, and then you can just see the basic circuitry, the 3 little prongs there. Now, this is what happens when you expand it. It gets far more complex given where the inverters are and where you have to put the circuits. Now this is one of my favorite cannons, so I'm going to fire this one off for you guys. And take off the safety. It's a feature I save into my bigger cannons. And it arms, and you'll notice it goes quite far. That didn't even start to arc down. So that's good. And of course, in case you didn't know this, oh, that was a mistake. Whatever, I can get more redstone later. In case you're wondering what these are for, these are delay switches. This is set for maximum range currently, and you can adjust these accordingly. And so it delays the fuse for this to be lit. The longer you wait, the farther it'll go before it blows up. But at the same time, the shorter you wait, so you can have like an airburst capability with this. It's kind of nice. This is a failed cannon. I'm not even going to bother showing you this. This was actually an experimentation with both a mod and a cannon design. I was trying to use controller blocks to build a cannon. It didn't work very well because, well, controller blocks didn't like me. This is my most recent attempt at cannoning. These are signs that were spawned incorrectly. These are actually them. See, it doesn't work properly. But what this is a very, very simple cannon. This is, actually no, it's not very, very simple. This is actually horribly also inefficient for loading, etc., etc. What this is a 4 load cannon, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of TNT that will fire this one block. It's a very weak cannon, however, as you will see, it does function. Weak, but functions. I like it. Actually, no, I don't. We like the big bangs. I like that one right there. Oop. Of course, as I turn around. Now, in case you're wondering what this big wall of obsidian is, it's me making sure that if I screw up one of these cannons by accident, I was experimenting with the directions with these. You can do that very easily by loading one up side higher or more full. Like if I left out this block here, this one here, and this one here, it would shoot probably that way because this side would have more power to it. Now you'll notice that this is set up far differently than the other cannons I've showed you so far, in that the switch is there and you'll see there's one circuit up here that can fuel in here, that fuels the cannonball, I will say, and you have this circuit that goes back here and fuels the loaders. Now you might be wondering, why do I have this? Well, all these 4 cannons that are on this platform are linked in parallel. If you don't know physics or anything, or you don't even understand what that means by linked in parallel, well, very simply, I pull that switch and all cannons will fire simultaneously at the current moment. Now, what's very good about this design that I think is these are very simple cannons, for me at least. Some people find them slightly more difficult, but they are a very basic cannon design. I find it the most optimal for this design because it's a very simple, well, not again very simple, the simplest cannon I showed you very early on, but it's a fairly simple redstone pattern down here, and in all honesty, it takes a lot of TNT to load, but it's worth it, I think. Now, all these torches aren't exactly mandatory. If you want tutorials, let me know, and I can actually make tutorial videos on how to build this cannon and the simple cannons over there. This one, I have only 2 of these. I haven't built them enough to really understand how to make a very good tutorial, but essentially they are a modified version of these that adds another layer, and I can work on that for you guys if you so desire. Well, anyways, these cannons are very efficient. I like them. But what I was trying to get at earlier, and I distracted myself, of course, is if I took, see these repeaters here, or I could even take an inverter over there. And actually, no, the inverter wouldn't work. I would need a double inverter, so the repeaters make far more sense. If I just put a repeater here, and I put one on, if I put the repeaters on both ends, so we'll use this end as an example over here. If I put a repeater here and extended the redstone, and a repeater over here and extended the redstone, you can link even more cannons into parallel. In theory, infinite, but the only difference would be is as this one's fired, if they are after the repeater, you'll notice here that these, and what I mean by after the repeater, here's your switch, here's your inverter, and here's the direct line. Now this is probably the farthest this line will go, because you can see by the flickering redstone right here, I think this is actually as low as it can go, that you would need another repeater to keep the redstone circuit going. And for that to happen, well, you need to have, there will be a delay from the repeater's trigger, like you saw the delay in the redstone torches earlier. Well, it's getting dark. The moon's rising, and I think that gives me a glorious target to aim for. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign off here, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.